Bienvenido, amigo. I'm hearing good things about you. Thing is, though, I ain't the only one who heard. Those Virgilios kidnapped Morales' 3 brand new 18-wheelers. Morales needs the trucks pronto for the traffic of 100 tons of cocaine.
That's a serious stash, man.
¿Qué tal, gringo? Morales wants you to go in there and get the trucks out one by one. My drivers here will then take the trucks back. Ten cuidado. Just take it easy, huh?
Me? Take it easy?
Greetings and salutations and welcome to Ahrtimmer Answers Questions, the show where myself, Ahrtimmer, answers the questions sent in by you guys. First question comes in from Thomas2. What do you think about all consumable starting items, e.g. 10 red pots, 4 blue pots, 4 pots, 5 red pots, and a blue pot? That's 2 different builds, not one. Crystalline flask and more pots, etc. I've heard and noticed that forward pots seem to be really strong right now, and I would like your opinion on this. Well, I think it's a little bit silly. Because you have nothing. Consumables are exactly that, consumables, and they're useful for one thing for a short amount of time, and then they expire. All consumables do this. They eventually expire, and once they're gone, they leave you with nothing. I can understand, say, 10 red pots and 4 blue pots. This being in before the patch that made it so you can only buy 5 of any one type of potion. And it was... like, it gives you just a massive amount of sustain. That's the point. You have a lot of sustain, you can stay in lane longer, theoretically outstaying the other guys, your opponent in the lane, allowing you to get more gold, allowing you to return to base and get a better item. Works really well with people who don't have good builds, good first items that can build out of a cheap item. Not many champions have this particular problem, but it exists. Some people want to be able to hold out for better items early. Frankly though, I would rather have the advantage in my lane by improving my damage capacity, or my capacity to survive a fight, resistances and health, etc., rather than my capacity to recuperate my losses in the event that I take poke. I don't think it's wise to go full consumables. I just don't. Crystalline Flask is a small exception to this because it can replenish, but a person with a Crystalline Flask who's out-poked by their opponent is still going to have to return to base more often than a person who has, say, a health regeneration, or 2 health regeneration beads in top lane. Because they're building toward their Warmog, they've got 2 health regeneration beads and probably a health potion, maybe a mana potion. And they've got their own sustain. It's not as fast as a potion, but it's pretty substantial. The Fort Potion, or Elixir of Fortitude, has been announced as being kind of OP for the cost efficiency, but even then, aside from the fact that you can pop it and instantly gain health, like it acts as a mini heal, apart from that, I don't see the usefulness over having something that gives you more damage or gives you more survivability. I would rather start building toward the late game immediately, because in general, I always play for the late game. Your second question, also from Thomas2, is on a related note. No, on an unrelated note. What about AP mids played as supports? They have decent CC abilities and great harass, and they are, of course, normal examples like Lux and Morgana. But I was thinking about something like Karthus, Anivia, or Annie support. I've noticed Karthus supports actually worked fairly well for me one game, with the job being to literally die for the AD carry, while still being useful. Picked up a fair amount of trades with one death for 2 kills, or my death for the AD carries. The examples you've given are all really good. Karthus, Anivia, both of them make really good supports. Annie is not a great example of this, but she could do it. She's got an AoE stun. She's got 2, really, once she hits level 6, and AoE stuns are kind of awesome. The difficulty is that AP mids are usually carry-type champions. Not in the same way that an AD carry is, but they're champions that benefit really well from having a lot of gold, or really well from being a higher level than the rest of the players in the game. When I play mid, and this is probably a failing of mine, I actually don't leave the lane as long as I can avoid, like, some players will go off and gank, and that can get them ahead. But if they go off and gank and I farm 3 minion waves while they're ganking and they have to B, and then I get another minion wave and damage their tower and get more control over that lane, you can end up significantly out-leveling everyone on the enemy team, hitting level 18 as everyone else just hits level 16, and with an AP mid, you benefit hugely from that advantage, just because of the way your abilities scale. They, however, can often be supports. They just need to be played very differently. Like Karthus, I would play... You'd focus a lot more on his wall and his aura than you would on your poke, because you're not using it to get last hits, because you're not trying to last hit, and you want to avoid moves that are going to take last hits, etc., etc. There's really a lot of options for AP mids to be supports, but you've got to realize that you're never going to be like you were if you were an AP mid. It comes down to preference, and I like using AP mids as supports, and will be doing more so in the future. Those are all the questions I have for you this week. I will be back in about a week's time, bringing you more Ahrtimmer Answers questions. Answering the questions sent in to ahrtimmer@mail.com. Send in your questions if you would like to hear me answer them. I will leave the footage in the background, Total Overdose, running for your enjoyment if you wish to continue watching that. If not, I will see you all next week. Thank you, and good night.
Spicy move. Spicy move. Spicy move. Cool. Let's get this truck back to the pickup point.
Way to go, cowboy. But just one more thing. More wants more, and Morales wants a lot more. He wants that ship on the bottom of the harbor. So take this truck full of dynamite and dump it into the ship's cargo.
Let's blow some shit up.
Gotta go. See you later.
Skulls and bones. Okay, Tommy, I'm flying.
Yeah, bro. And I'm crying.
Spicy move.
Nice going, bro. These trucks are gonna be used in Morales' big trafficking deal. And have we got a big surprise ready for him?
So give me my one-way ticket back to Venice Beach.
Hold on there, kid. It ain't over till it's over.
Oh, right. Don't tell me. Just one more thing. Well, one or two. Right, that's pretty funny. Me nearly getting killed and shit.
If you're scared, then, hey, let's call it a day.
Screw you. I'll do it.
But as soon as you guys bust Cesar Morales, I'm out of here.
Then my short but hairy career as a DEA agent is over, if I'm still alive.
Listen, this is highly confidential. Stay close to those trucks. They're gonna lead a DEA special assault team led by agents Pearson and Johnson in to capture a stash of 100 tons of coke.
That's one hell of a big rock, man.